said great difference betwixt our Bohemia and your Sicilia.
I think this coming summer the king of Sicily means to pay Bohemia the visitation which he justly owes him.
Wherein our entertainment shall shame us.
So beseech you.
Oh, verily, I speak it in the freedom of my knowledge. We cannot with such a magnificence, and so rare, I don't know what to say.
Sicilia cannot show himself overkind to Bohemia. They were trained together in their childhoods, and there rooted betwixt them such an affection which cannot choose but branch now. Since their more mature dignities and royal necessities made separation of their society, their encounters, though not personal, hath been royally attorneyed with interchange of gifts, letters, and loving embassies, that they seemed together though absent, shook hands as over a vast expanse, and embraced as it were from the ends of opposed winds. The heavens continue their love.
Aye, I think there is not in the world either malice or matter to alter it. Comfort of our young prince Aurelius. It is the gentleman of the greatest promise.
It is a gallant child, one that makes old hearts fresh. They that were on crutches ere he was born desire yet their like to see him a man.
Would they else be content to die?
Yes, if they had no other excuse why he should desire to live.
I think if the king had no son that would desire to live on crutches till he had one.
You are welcome. 9 changes the watery star hath been the shepherd's note since we have left our throne without a burden. Time as long again would be filled up, my brother, with our thanks, and yet we should, for perpetuity, go hence in debt.
Stay your thanks a while, and pay them when you part.
Sir, that's tomorrow. I'm questioned by my fears of what may chance or breed upon our absence. Besides, we've stayed to tire your royalty.
We are tougher, brother, than you can put us to it.
No longer stay.
1 7 long.
Very sooth. Tomorrow.
We'll part the time between us then. And in that, I'll no gainsay.
Press me not. Beseech you so. There is no tongue that moves. None. Not either world so soon as yours could win me.
Tongue-tied, our queen? Speak you.
I had thought, sir, to have held my peace until you had drawn oaths from him not to stay. You, sir, charge him too coldly. Tell him you are sure all in Bohemia is well. This satisfaction the bygone day proclaimed. Say this to him, he's beat from his best ward.
Well said, mine.
To tell he longs to see his son more strong. But let him say so then, and let him go. But let him swear so, and he shall not stay. Well, threat him hence with distress. Yet, of your royal presence, I'll adventure the borrow of a week. When, at Bohemia, you take my lord, I'll give him my commission to let him there a month behind the day prefixed for parting.
How?
Yet good deed, Leontes. I love thee, not a jar the clock behind what lady she her lord. You'll stay.
No, madam.
Nay, but you will.
I may not. Verily.
Verily, you put me off with limber vows. But I, though you would seek to sphere the stars with oaths, should yet say, Sir, no going. Verily, you shall not go. A lady's, verily, is as potent as a lord. Will you go yet? Force me to keep you like a prisoner, not like a guest. How say you, my prisoner or my guest? By your then you shall be.
Your guest, then, madam. To be your prisoner should import offending, which is, for me, less easy to commit than you to punish.
Not your jailer then, but your kind hostess. Come, I'll question you of my lord's tricks and yours when you were boys. You were pretty lordlings then?
We were, fair queen, two lads that thought there was no more behind for such a day tomorrow as today. And to be niño para siempre.
Boy eternal.
Was not my lord the very arrival of the two?
We were as twin lads that had Frisky the son, and Bleak the one at the other. What we changed was
Innocence for innocence.
innocence for innocence. We knew not the doctrine of ill-doing, nor dreamed that any did. Having pursued that life, and in our weak spirits ne'er been higher reared with stronger blood, we should have entered heaven boldly, not guilty. The imposition cleared hereditary hours.
By this we gather you have tripsins.
Oh, my most sacred lady! Temptations have since then been born to us. For in those unfledged days was my wife a girl, your precious self, and then I crossed the eyes of my young playfellow.
Grace to boots! Of this make no conclusion, lest you say your queen and I are devils. Yet go on. The offenses we have made you do will answer, if you first sinned with us, and that with us you did continue fault, and that you slipped not with any, but with us.
Is he one yet?
He'll stay, my lord.
At my request, he would not. Hermione, my dears, thou never spokest to better purpose.
Never.
Never but once.
What? Have I twice said well? When was before? I prithee tell me. Cram us with praise and make us as fat as tame things. One good deed dying tongueless slaughters 1,000 waiting upon that. Our praises are our wages. You may ride us with one soft kiss 1,000 furlongs, and with spur we heat an anchor. But to the goal. My last good deed was to entreat his stay. What was my first? When? Let me have it, I long.
Why? That was when 3 crabbed months had soured themselves to death, ere I could make thee open thy white hand and clap thyself my love. Then didst thou utter, I am yours forever.
'Tis grace indeed. Why, lo you now, I spoke to the purpose twice. The one forever earned a royal husband, the other for some while a friend.
Too hot, too hot. I have trimmer quarters on me. My heart dances. Not for joy. Not joy. This entertainment may a free face put on. It may, I grant, but to be paddling palms and pinching fingers as now they art, and making practice smiles as in a looking glass, and to sigh, oh, that is entertainment my bosom likes not, nor my brows. Art thou my boy?
Aye, my lord.
Faith, why that's my bawcock. What, has smooched thy nose? They say it is a copy out of mine. Come, Captain, we must be neat. Well, not neat, but cleanly, Captain. Still virgiling upon his palm? How now, you wanton calf? Art thou my calf?
Yes, if you will, my lord.
They say we are almost as like as eggs. Come, Sir Page, look on me with thy welkin eye. Sweet villain, most dearest, my color! Can thy dam, may it be? Affection, thy intention to stab the center. Thou dost make possible things not so held, communication with dreams. How can this be? Whence the infection of my brains?
What means Cecilia?
Something seems unsettled.
how, my lord? What cheer? How is it with you, best brother?
You look as if you've held a brow of much distraction. Are you moved, my lord?
No, in good earnest. How sometimes nature will betray its folly. Looking on the lines of my boy's face, methoughts I did recoil 23 years, and saw myself unbreeched in my green velvet cloak, dagger muzzled. How like methought I then was to this colonel, this squash, this gentleman. Mine honest friend, will you take eggs for money?
No, my lord, I'll fight.
You will. My brother, are you so fond of your young prince as we do seem to be of ours?
If at home, sir, he's all my exercise, my mirth, my matter. Now my sworn friend and then my enemy, my parasite, my soldier, statesman. All. He makes a July's day short as December, and with his varying childness cures in me thoughts that would thick my blood.
So stands this squire office with me. We two will walk, my lords, and leave you to your graver steps. Hermione, how thou lovest us does show in my brother's welcome. Let what is dear in Sicily be cheap. Next to thyself and my young rover, he's a parent to my heart.
If you seek us, we are yours in the garden.
To your own bents dispose you. I am angry now, for you perceive not how I give line. Go to, go to. How she arms her with the boldness of a wife to her allowed husband. Gone already, inch thick, knee deep, or head and ears a forked one. Go play, boy, play. Thy mother plays, and I play too. But so disgraced a part, whose issue will hiss me to my grave. Contempt and clamor will be my knell. Go play, boy, play! There would be, or I am much deceived, cuckolds there now, and many a man there is, even in this present. Now, whilst I speak this, holds his wife by the arm, that little thinks she has been smoothed in his absence, that is pond fished by his next neighbor. Christ and smile, his neighbor. Should all despair that had revolted wives, the tenth of mankind would hang themselves. Visit for it there is none. It is a bawdy planet. Be it concluded, no barricado for a belly. Many thousands of us have the disease and feel it not. How now, boy?
I am like you, they say.
Why, that's some comfort. Camillo?
Aye, my good lord.
Good, go play, Camillus. Thou art an honest man. Camillo, this great sir will yet stay longer.
You had much ado to make his anchor whole. When you cast out, it still came home.
Didst note it?
He would not stay at your petitions, made his business more material.
Didst perceive it? They are here with me already. Weep, round, Cecilia, so forth. 'Tis far gone when I shall know at last. How came it, Camillo, that he did stay?
At the good queen's entreaty.
Good queen. Was this taken by any understanding pate but thine? Lower message, chancer to this business pure blind? Say,
A business, my lord? I think most understand Bohemia stays here longer.
Huh?
Stays here longer.
aye, but why?
To satisfy your highness, and the entreaties of our most gracious mistress.
Oh, satisfied. The entreaties of your mistress. Satisfied. Well, that suffice. I have trusted thee, Camilla, with all the nearest matters to my heart, as well my chamber councils, wherein priest-like thou hast cleansed my bosom.
Ah, my lord.
I, from thee departed, thy penitent performed. But we have been deceived in thy integrity, deceived in that which seems so.
Be it forbid, my lord.
To buy upon it, thou art not honest. Or if thou inclines that way, thou art a coward. Or else negligent. Or else a fool that sees the game played home, the rich stakes drawn, and takes it all for jest.
My gracious lord, I may be negligent, foolish, and fearful. In every one of these no man is free. But that is negligence, his folly, fear, among the infinite doing of the world, sometime puts forth. These, my lord, are such allowed infirmities that honesty is never free of. But beseech your grace, be plainer with me. Let me know my trespass.
Have not you seen, Camillo? Well, that's past doubt. You have. Or your eyeglass is thicker than a cuckle's horn. Or heard, for to a vision so apparent, humor cannot be used. Or thought. Cogitation resides not with that man that does not think. Then my wife is slippery? If thou wilt confess, then say my wife's a hobby horse. Say it and swear it.
I would not be a stander by to hear my mistress clouded so without my present vengeance taken. True, my heart, you never did speak what became you less than this.
Is whispering nothing? Is leaning cheek to cheek? Is meeting noses? Kissing with inside lip? Stopping the career of laughter with a sigh? A note infallible of breaking honesty? Horsing foot on foot, skulking in corners, wishing clocks more swift, hours, minutes, noon and midnight, and all eyes blind with the pin and web but theirs only. Unseen would be wicked. Is this nothing? Why then the world and all that's in it is nothing. The covering sky is nothing. Bohemia is nothing. My wife is nothing, nor nothing have all these nothings. If this be nothing,
Could my lord be cured of this diseased opinion? And betimes, where 'tis most dangerous.
say it be, 'tis true.
No, my lord,
It is. You lie. You lie. I say thou liest, Camillo, and I hate thee. Were my wife's liver as infected as her life, she would not live the running of one glass.
who does infect her?
Why, he that wears her like her medal about his neck. Bohemia! If I had servants true about me, that bear eyes alike to see mine honor as their prophets, they would do that which should undo more doing. Aye, and thou, whose cupbearer, mightst bespice a cup to give mine enemy a lasting wink, which draught to me were cordial.
My lord, I could do this, but I cannot believe this crack to be my dread mistress, so sovereignly being honorable.
Dost think I am so muddy, so unsettled, to appoint myself in this vexation? Sully the purity and whiteness of my sheets, which you deserve sleep, which being spotted with goats, thorns, nettles, tails of wasps, give scandal to the blood of the prince, my son, who mighty love is mine, think is mine, without right moving to it. Would I do this? Could man so blench?
I must believe you. I do, and will fetch off Bohemia for me. I am his cupbearer. If from me he have wholesome beverage, account me not your servant.
This is all. Do it, and thou hast the one half of my heart.
I'll do it, my lord. Oh, miserable lady! But for me, what case stand I in?
I am to be the poisoner of good Polixenes, and my ground's duty is the obedience to a master, one who, in rebellion with himself, would have all that are his so too. To do this deed, promotion follows. If I could find thousands that had struck anointed kings and flourished after, I'd not do it. I must forsake the court.
This is strange. Methinks my favor here begins to warp, not speak. Good day, Camillo.
Hail, most royal sir.
What is the news in the court?
None rare, my lord.
The king hath been on such a countenance as he had lost some province, and a region loved as he loves himself. Even now I met him with customary compliment, when he speeds from me, and so leaves me to consider what is breeding that changes thus his manners.
I dare not know, my lord.
How? Dare not? Do you know and dare not? Be intelligent to me, good Camillo. Your changed complexion brings me a mirror, showing me mine changed too. For I must be a party in this alteration, finding myself thus altered with it.
There is a sickness which puts some of us in distemper, but I cannot name the disease. It is caught of you, that yet are well.
How caught of me? You mean not sighted like the basilisk? I have looked on thousands who have sped the better by my regard, but killed not so. Camillo, I beseech you, if you know aught, imprison it not in ignorant concealment.
I may not answer.
I must be answered. Dost thou hear, Camillo? I conjure thee by all the parts of man which honor does acknowledge, that thou declare what harm is creeping toward me, how far off, how near, which way to be prevented, if to be, if not, how best to bear it.
Sir, I will tell you.
On, good Camillo.
I am appointed him to murder you.
By whom, Camillo?
By the king. For what? He thinks, nay, without confidence he swears as if he has synced that you have touched his queen. Forbidden.
Then my best blood turn to an infected jelly, and my name be yoked with Judas that did betray the best.
You may as well.
How should this grow?
I know not, but I am sure 'tis safer to avoid what's grown than to question how 'tis born. Therefore, if you dare trust my honesty, away tonight. Your followers, I will whisper to the business, and will by twos and threes at several gates clear them of the city. For myself, I will put my fortunes to your service, which are here by this discovery lost. Be not uncertain, for by the honor of my parents, I have uttered truth.
I do believe thee. I saw his heart in space. This jealousy is for a precious creature. As she's rare, must it be great, and as his person is mighty, must it be violent. And as he does conceive, he is dishonored by a man which ever professed his love to him. Why, and that his revenges must be made more bitter. Fear o'ershades me. Good expedition be my friend. Come, Camillo, let us avoid.
Please, your highness, to take the urgent hour. Away!
Sign no more, ladies, sign no more. Men were deceivers ever. One foot on the sea and one on shore. To one thing constant never. Then sign not so, but let them go and be you blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe into hey nonny nonny. Hey nonny nonny. Hey nonny nonny. Sign no more,
met there? The strain? Camilla with him?
Behind a tuft of pines I met them. Never saw men scour so on their way. I had them even to their ships.
How blessed am I in my just censure, in my true opinion. Camilla was his helpfulness, his pander. There is a plot against my life, my crown, and I remain a pinch thing, a very trick for them to play at will. Give the boy to me! Give the boy to me!
Hey!
I am glad you did not nurse him.
Hey!
Though he does bear some signs of me, but you have too much blood.
What is this for?
Bear the boy hence! He shall not come about her! But let her sport herself with that she's big with. For 'tis Polixenes has made me swell thus.
But I'd say he had not, and I would be sworn you would believe my saying.
Look on her. Mark her well. But be it known, from him who has most cause to grieve, it should be so. She's an adulteress!
Should a villain say so? The most replenished villain in the world, he were much more villain. You, my lord, do but mistake.
You have mistook, my lady, Polixenes for Laertes. Oh, that thing! I have said she's an adulteress. I have said with whom? More, she's a traitor, and Camilla a fettery with her. And one that knows what she should shame to know herself, that she's a bench worker. Aye, and privy to this, their late escape.
No, by my life, privy to none of this. How will this grieve you when you have come to clearer knowledge that you thus have published me? Gentle, my lord, you scarce can write me truly, then to say you did mistake.
No, if I'm mistaking these foundations in which I build upon, the center is not big enough to hold a schoolboy's top. Away with her to prison!
Nay!
He that speaks for her is guilty, but that he speaks.
There's some ill-planted reins. I must be patient till the heavens look with an aspect more favorable. Good my lords, I am not prone to weeping as our sex commonly are, but have that honorable grief lodged here, which burns worse than tears drown. Beseech you all, my lords, with thoughts so qualified as your charity shall best instruct you, measure me. And so the king's will be performed.
Shall I be heard?
Who is that goes with me? Beseech your highness, my women may be with me, for you see my plight requires it. Do not weep, good fools. There is no cause. This action I now go on is for my better grace. Adieu. I never wished to see you sorry. Now, I trust I shall.
Hence!
Beseech your highness, call the queen again.
Be certain what you do, sir, lest your justice prove violence, in which three great ones suffer: yourself, your queen, your son.
For her, my lord, I dare my life lay down. And will do it, sir. Please you to accept it that the queen is spotless in the eyes of heaven.
If it proves she's otherwise, I'll keep my stables where I lodge my wife. For every inch of woman in the world, aye, every dram of woman's flesh is false as she be.
Hold your pieces!
Good, my lord.
It is for you we speak, not for ourselves. You are abused, and by some put her on that'll be damned for it. Would I knew the villain, I would land damn him. I have 3 daughters. The eldest is 11. The second and third 9 and some 5. If this prove true, they'll pay for it. By my honor, I'll gild them all.
Cease! No more!
If it be so, we need no grave to bury honesty. There's not a grain that can sweeten the face of the whole dungy earth.
What? Lack I credit?
I had rather you did lack than I, my lord, upon this ground. and more would content me to have her honor true than your suspicion, be blamed for it how you might.
Why? What needs we commune with you about this? We need no more of your advice.
I wish, my liege, you had only in your silent judgment tried it, without more overture.
How can that be? Either thou art most ignorant by age, or thou art born a fool. Camilla's flight, added to their familiarity, doth push on with this proceeding. Yet, for greater confirmation, for in a matter of this import, 'twere most piteous to be wild, I have dispatched to sacred Delphos, great Apollo, the sisters of St. Clair. Now from the oracle they bring on, whose spiritual counsel had, shall stop or spur me. Have I done well?
Well done, my lord.
Follow us, my lords. We are to speak in public, for this matter will raise us all.
To laughter, as I take it, if the good truth were known.
Nor night, nor day, no rest. It is weakness to bear the matter thus. Mere weakness.
My lord!
Who's there?
My lord!
How does the boy?
He took good rest tonight. His hopes, his sickness is discharged.
To see his nobleness conceiving the dishonor of his mother, he threw off his spirits, his appetites, his sleep, and downright languished. Leave me. Solely, go, see how he fares. Willow and Polixenes laugh at me. Their pastime and my sorrow. You must not enter.
Nay, good my lords.
That's enough! Wife, he hath not slept tonight. Commanded none should come in here.
Not so hot, good husband. I come to bring him sleep.
What noise?
No noise, my lord, but needful conference about some godparents for your highness.
What? Away with that audacious lady! Antigonus, I charge thee she should not come about me. I knew she would.
I told her so, my lord.
What? Canst not rule her?
From all dishonesty we can. In this, unless you take the course that you have done, commit me for committing honor. Trust it. He shall not rule me.
Lie you now, you hear? When she'll take the rein, I let her run. But she'll not stumble.
Good my liege, I come, and I beseech you, hear me, who professes myself your loyal servant, your physician, your most obedient counselor. I say I come from your good queen.
Good queen.
Good queen, my lord, good queen. I say good queen.
Force her hence.
Let him that makes but trifles of his eyes first hand me. On my own accord I'll walk. But first, I'll do my errand. The good queen, for she is good,
I.
hath brought you forth a daughter. Here 'tis. Commits it to your blessing.
Traitors! Donor, thou art woman tired. Take up the bastard. He dreads his life.
So I would you did. Then past all doubt you call your children yours.
A nest of traitors.
I am none by this good light.
Nor I, nor any but one that's here, and that's himself.
A caliph of boundless tongue that late has beat her husband and now baits me. This bread is none of mine. 'Tis the issue of Polixenes. Hit with it, and together with the dam commit them to the fire.
It is yours. And my women will crawl to your charge. So like you, 'tis the worst. Behold, my lords, though the print be little, the whole matter and copy of the Father. I know his lip, the chick's brow, his forehead, nay the valley, the pretty dimples of his chin and cheeks, his smiles, the very molded frame of hand, nail, finger.
Roast hang, and thou art worthy to be hanged that will not stay her tongue.
Hang all the husbands that cannot do that feat. You leave yourself hardly one subject.
I'll not call you tyrant, but this most cruel usage of your queen, not able to produce more accusation than your own weak-hinged fancy. Something savors of tyranny, and will ignoble make you yea, scandalous to the world.
Were I a tyrant, where were her life? She durst not call me so if she knew me to be one. Away with her!
spirit. You, that are thus so tender o'er his follies, will never do him good. Not one of you. So, farewell. We are gone.
Thou, traitor, hast set on thy wife to this! My child? Away with it! Go, take it to the fire, for thou setst on thy wife.
I did not, sir. These lords might know those if they please. King Crimient.
We can. My royal liege, he is not guilty of her coming hither.
You are liars all!
Oh, beseech you, sir, give us better credit, for we have always truly served you. And on our knees we beg that you do change this purpose, which being so horrible, so bloody, must lead on to some foul issue.
We all kneel.
I am a feather for each wind that blows. Should I live on and see this bastard kneel and call me father? Better to burn it now than curse it then. But be it. Let it live. It shall not neither. You, sir, come you hither. What will you venture to save this brat's life?
Anything, my lord. I'll pawn the little blood I have left to save the innocent. Anything possible.
It shall be possible. Swear on this sword you will perform my bidding.
I will, my lord.
Mark and perform it. We do enjoin thee, as thou art liegeman to us, that thou shalt carry this female bastard hence to some remote and desert place. We do in justice charge thee, on thy soul's peril and thy body's torture. Take it up.
I will do this, though a present death had been more merciful. Come, poor babe. Some powerful spirit instruct the kites and ravens to be thy nurses. Wolves and bears, they say, casting their savageness aside, have done like offices of pity.
My lord,
Sir, be prosperous. Poor thing, condemned to loss.
no. I will not rear another issue.
Please, your highness, posts from those you sent to the oracle are come an hour since. The poor players, being well arrived from Delphos, are both landed, hasting to the court.
So please you, sir, their speed hath been beyond account.
23 days they have been absent. 'Tis good speed. Shows the great Apollo suddenly will have the truth of this appear. Prepare you, my lords. Summon a session so that we may arraign our most disloyal lady. So shall she have a just and open trial. While she lives, my heart will be a burden.
climate delicate, the air most sweet, fertile the isle of Delphos, the temple much surpassing the common praise it bears.
Oh, the sacrifice, how ceremonious, solemn, and unearthly it was.
But of all, the burst and ear-deafening voice of the oracle, kin to God's thunder, so surprised my sense that I was nothing.
It is proclaimed Queen Hermione will be tried for adultery and high treason. May the events of the journey prove successful to the Queen.
Oh, be it so. Great Apollo, turn all to the best.
These proclamations so forcing fault upon Hermione, I little like.
When the oracle, thus by Apollo's high priest sealed up, shall the contents discover, something rare even then will rush to knowledge.
And gracious be the issue.
O Santissima, O Pissima, Dulcis Maria, Mater amata, itemerata, ora pro nobis.
The king! The king!
This session we pronounce to our great grief, even pushes against our hearts. Let us be cleared of being tyrannous, since we so openly proceed in justice. Produce the prisoner.
It is His Highness's pleasure that the Queen appear in person here in court. Silence!
Read the indictment.
Hermione, Queen to the worthy Leontes, King of Sicilia, thou art accused and arraigned of high treason in committing adultery with Polixenes, King of Bohemia, and conspiring with Camillo to take away the life of our sovereign lord the king, thy royal husband. The pretense whereof being by circumstances partly laid open, thou, Hermione, contrary to the faith and allegiance of a true subject, didst counsel and aid them for their better safety to fly away by night.
Since what I am to say must be but that which contradicts my accusation, it shall scarce boot me to say, not guilty. Mine integrity, being counted falsehood, shall, as I express it, be so received. But thus, if powers divine behold our human actions as they do, I doubt not then that innocence shall make false accusation blush, and tyranny tremble at patience. You, my lord, best know whom least will seem to do so. My past life has been as continent, as chaste, as true, as I am now unhappy. For behold me, a fellow of the royal bed, who owns a moiety of the throne, a great king's daughter, a mother to a hopeful prince, here standing to prate and talk for life and honor for who please to come and hear. For life, I prize it as I weigh grief which I would spare. For honor, 'tis a derivative from me to mine and only jot beyond the bound of honor, or an act or will that way inclining, harden be the hearts of all that hear me.
I never heard yet that any of these bolder vices wanted less impudence to gainsay what they did than to perform it first.
That's true enough. And 'tis a saying, sir, not due to me.
You will not own it.
More than mistress which comes to me in name of fault, I must not at all acknowledge. For Polixenes, with whom I am accused, I do confess I loved him. As an honor he required, with a love that might become a lady like me. With such a love, even so, and no other than yourself commended, which not to have done I think had been in me both disobedience and ingratitude to you and toward your friend. Now for conspiracy, I know not how a taste would be dished for me to try how. All I know of it was that Camilla was an honest man, and why he left your courts, the gods themselves, wanting no more than I, are ignorant.
You knew of his departure, as you know what you have undertaken to do in his absence.
Sir! You speak a language which I understand not. My life stands at the level of your dreams, which I'll lay down.
Your actions are my dreams. You had a bastard by Polixenes, and I but dreamed it. For as thy brat hath been cast out, no father owneth it. So shalt thou feel our justice, whose easiest passage looks for no less than death.
Sir, spare your threats. The bug which you would frighten me with, I seek. To me can life be no commodity. The crown and comfort of my life, your favor. I do get lost, for I do feel it gone, and don't know how it went. My second joy, and first fruits of my body, from his presence I am barred like one infectious. My third comfort, starred most unluckily, is from my breast. The innocent milk in its most innocent mouth hailed out to murder.
Goodly babe!
Myself on every post proclaimed a strumpet. With immodest hatred the child-fed privilege denied, which belongs to women of all fashions. Lastly, hurry here, to this place, leave the open air before I have strength of limit. Now, my liege, tell me what blessings I have here alive, that I should fear to die. Therefore proceed. But yet hear this, mistake me not. No life I prize it not a straw, but for mine honor, which I would free, if I shall be condemned upon surmises. All proof sleeping else but where your jealousies awake. I tell you 'tis rigor and not law.
Aye.
Your honors all, I do refer me to the oracle. Apollo be my judge.
This your request is altogether just. Therefore bring forth, and in Apollo's name, the oracle. that you, sisters of St. Clair, have been both at Delphos, and from thence have brought the sealed-up oracle by the hand delivered of great Apollo's priest, and since then have not broken the holy seal, nor read the secrets in it.
All this we swear.
Break open the seals and read.
Hermione is chaste, Polixenes blameless, Camillo a true subject, Leontes a jealous tyrant, his innocent babe truly begotten, and the king shall live without an heir if that which is lost be not found.
Praise good Apollo.
That's no truth, aye, my lord, even so as it is here set down.
There is no truth at all in the oracle. This session shall proceed. This is mere falsehood.
Oh, my lord, the king!
What's the business?
Oh, sir, shall we hasten to report it? The prince, your son, with mere conceit and fear of the queen's speed, is gone.
Now, gone?
Is dead!
Apollo was angry. And the heavens themselves do strike at my injustice.
News is mortal to the queen. Look down and see what death is doing.
Take her hands. Her arm is overcharged. She will recover. Apollo! Pardon my great profaneness against thine oracle. I'll reconcile me to Polixenes. You woo my queen. Recall the good Camillo, whom I declare to be a man of truth, of mercy. How he glisters through my rust.
Whoa! Oh, whoa! Whoa the while! Oh, cut my lace, lest my heart, cracking it, break too. What studied torments, tyrant, hast for me? What wheels, racks, fires, what flame, boiling in leads or oils? Thy tyranny, together working with thy jealousies, fancies too weak for boys, too green and idle for girls of renown. Oh, think what they have done and then run mad indeed. Stark mad. For all my bygone fooleries were but spices of it. That thou betrayedst Polixenes, 'twas nothing. It did but show thee of a fool, inconstant and damnable ingrateful. Nor was much thou wouldst have poisoned good Camillo's honor to have him kill a king. Poor trespasses, more monstrous standing by. Whereof I reckon the casting forth two crows, thy baby daughter, to beat her none, or a little. Though a devil
I have received much better than to be pitied of thee. Really, bring me to the dead bodies of my queen and son. One grave shall be for both. Upon them, the cause of their death shall appear, our shame perpetual. Once a day I'll visit the chapel where they lie. Tears shed there shall be my recreation. Come, speak to me, come.
no age between 19 and 2 and 20, or the youth would sleep out the rest. So there's nothing in the between for getting wishes with child. Wronging your elders, stealing, fighting. Hark you now! Would any but these bald brains of 19 and 2 and 20 hunt this weather? They have scared away 2 of my best sheep, which I fear the wolf will find sooner than the master. If anywhere I have them, 'tis by the seaside. Good luck and be thy will. What have we here? Mercy ons, a bear. A pretty one. A very pretty one. Though I'm not bookish, I can read waiting gentlewoman in this. This is this stair work. Some trunk work. Some behind door work. They even got this for warmer than the poor thing is here. I'll take it up for pity.
Father, Father!
Get all teary to my son come. If thou see anything to talk on without a dead rock, come hither. What else thou, man?
Oh, I have seen 2 such sights, by sea and by land. Though I cannot say it is a sea, for now it is the sky. For betwixt the sea and sky you cannot thrust a bodkin's point.
Why, boy, how is it?
I would you did see but how it chafes, how it rages, how it takes up the shore. Wait, that's not the point. Oh, the piteous cries of the poor souls aboard. Sometimes to see them and not to see them. And now the ship boring the moon with her mainmast and unswallowed with yeast and froth. As you thrust a cork into a hogshead. Oh, and as for the land service, do you see how the bear tore out his shoulder bone? How he cried for you for help instead of staying was Antigonus, a nobleman. Oh, but to make it out of the ship, to see how the sea flat dragged it. Oh, the poor souls aboard, how they roared, and the sea mocked them, and how the gentleman roared, and the bear mocked him, both roaring louder than the sea or weather.
Name of mercy. When was this, boy?
Oh, now! I have not blinked since I saw these sights. The men are not yet cold in the water, nor the bear half gone on the gentleman. Oh, he's at it now!
Would I have been by to have helped the old man?
I would you had been by the ship's side to have helped her.
Heavy matters, heavy matters. But look thee here. Now bless thyself. Thou madst with things die. I with things newborn. But look thee, here's a sight for thee. A bearing cloth for a squire's child. Look thee here, boy. Take up, open it. 'Twas told me I should be rich by the fairies. This is some changeling. Take up, boy, take up, open it. What's within?
You're a made old man! Gold! All gold!
This is fairy gold. Open it, keep it close. Home, the next way. We are lucky, boy. Nothing but secrecy. Let my sheep go. Come there, boy, the next way home.
Go the next way with your findings. I'll go see if the bear hath be gone from the gentleman, and how much he hath eaten. Ooh. They are never cursed but when they are hungry. If there's any left of it, I'll bury it.
That's a good deed.
Hi, Father.
'Tis a lucky day, boy. And we'll do good deeds on it.
before you go, take the time, get it? Time? to fill out these common cards. For you. Go. This time, go.
Refreshments in the back.
Both joy and terror, of good and bad, that makes and unfolds error. Now take upon me, in the name of time, to use my wings.
Imputed not a crime to me or my swift passage, that I slide o'er 16 years and make the growth untried of that wide gap. Since it is in my power to overthrow law, and in one self-born hour plant and overwhelm custom. This, your patience allowing, I turn my glass and give my seed such growing as you had slept between. Leontes leaving, the effects of his fond jealousy so grieving he shuts up himself. Imagine me, gentle spectators, that I now may be in fair Bohemia. And remember well, I mentioned the son of the king, which Florizel I now name to you. And with speed so paced to speak of Perdita, now grown in grace equal with wondering, a shepherd's daughter, and to what her appears, which follows after, is the argument of time. Of this allow, if ever you spent time worse ere that, if never, let that time herself doth say she wishes earnestly you never been.
I pray thee, good fellow, be no more importunate. 'Tis a sickness denying thee anything, a death to grant this.
It is 16 years since I saw my country last. I desire to lay my bones there. Besides, the penitent king, my master, has sent for me. To whose feeling sorrows I might be of some comfort, which is another spur to my departure.
As thou lovest me, Camillo, wipe not out the rest of thy services by leaving me now. The need I have of thee, thine own goodness hath made. Thou hast made me businesses that none without thee can sufficiently manage. To be more thankful to thee shall be my study. Of that fatal country, Cecilia, prithee speak no more, whose very naming punishes me with the remembrance of that penitent, as thou callest him, and reconciled king my brother, whose loss of his precious queen and children is even now to be afresh lamented. Say to me, when sawest thou the Prince Florizel, my son?
It is 3 days since I saw the prince last. To what his happier affairs are to me, unknown. But I have noted as of late he is much retired from the court, and is less frequent to his princely duties.
I've considered so much, Camillo, and with some care, I have this intelligence, that he is seldom from the house of a most homely shepherd, a man, they say, that from very nothing is grown into an unspeakable estate.
I have heard, sir, of such a man. He hath a daughter of most rare note.
That's likewise part of my intelligence, but I fear the angle that plucks our son thither. Thou shalt accompany us to the place, where we will, not appearing what we are, have some question with the shepherd. We must disguise ourselves. Prithee lay aside those thoughts of Cecilia.
I willingly obey your command.
My best Camillo.
Bienvenidos! When daffodils begin to glitter with hay, the floor all over the day, I then fulfill the sweet of the year, for the red blood rains in the winter's tale.
White reaching on the hay with hay, the sleepers are how they sing.
To set my thinking into thought and for to
for 3 high velvet. Blah! But now I am out of suit and into service. With gambling and winching, I purchased this comparison, and my revenue is the simple cheat. For the life to come, I sleep out the thought of it.
Let me see.
A prize, premium!
Let me see. Every 11 castrones yields 2 pesos y un centavo. 1,500 castrones. What does the wool lana add up to?
If the spring holds, the cock's mine.
Oh! I cannot do it without my fingers! Let me see. What am I to buy for our sheep shearing fiesta? 3 pounds of sugar, 5 pounds of mango, rice. Rice? What is this sister of mine to do with rice? Ah, but my father hath made her the mistress of the fiesta, and she lays it on. I must have saffron, mace, dates, nutmegs, 7. A root or 2 of ginger, but for that I may beg. 4 pounds of prunes, and as many raisins, sugitos.
Oh, that I was born!
In the name of me!
Oh, help me, ayúdame! Look but off these rags and then done! Muerte, death!
That poor soul! Thou shalt need a more rags to lay on thee rather than have thee all.
I am robbed, senor, and beat. My money and apparel taken from me, and these detestable things put upon me.
Come, let me help thee.
Oh, softly, good senor. I fear, senor, my shoulder blade is out. That was done me a charitable office.
Oh, dost lack any money? I have a little money for thee.
No! Senor! No, senor! Offer me no money, I pray you. That kills my heart.
What manner of fellow does he have helped you?
Fellow, senor, that I have known to go about with flojas. Mamacita. I knew he wants to serve for the prince, and I cannot tell, good senor, for which of his virtues it was, but he was certainly whipped out of the court! Vencido!
His vices, you would say. There is no virtue whipped out of the court. They cherish it to make it stay there.
I know this man well. He has been since an eight-bearer, then a process server. Some call him Autolycus.
Autolycus! Out upon him! Thee! For my life, thee! Not a more cowardly rogue in all of Bohemia!
Very true, senor. He, senor.
How are you now?
Sweet senor, much better than I was. I will take my leave of you.
Oh, shall I bring thee on the way?
No! Senor, no, sweet senor.
Oh, then fare thee well. I must go buy spices for our sheep shearing fiesta.
Prosper you, sweet senor. Your purse is not hot enough to purchase your spice. I'll be with you at the sheep shearing, too.
Did somebody say sheep shearing? If you turn to the back of your programs, you will see the lyrics to Cielito Lindo. And yes, it's a sing-along, so you're going to have to sing with me. Here's how it goes. Ay, 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 ay. Canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran Cielito Lindo los corazones. Over here, can we try it? Ready? Ay, ay. There you go. cinita che sì, ai che dammi tuo amore, ai che vente conmigo cinita, donde vivo io. Ai cinita che sì, ai che dammi tuo amore, ai che vente conmigo cinita, donde vivo io. Oh, these are unusual weeks. Each part of you does give a life. No shepherdess, but Flora appearing in April's front. Oh, your sheep shearing is as a meeting of the petty gods, and you the queen of...
Sir, my gracious lord, to chide at your extremes it not becomes me. Oh, pardon that I name them. Your high self, the gracious mark of the land, you have obscured with a swain's wearing, and me, poor lonely maid, most goddess-like pranked up.
I bless the time when my good falcon made her flight across thy father's ground.
Now go before you pause. To me the difference forges dread. Even now, I tremble to think your father by some accident should pass this way as you did. Oh, the fates! How would he look to see his work, so noble, vilely bound up? What would he say? Or how should I, in these my borrowed flaunts, behold the sternness of his presence?
Apprehend nothing but jollity. The gods themselves, humbling their deities to love, have taken the shapes of beasts upon them. Jupiter became a bull and bellowed. The green Neptune ran and bleated. Bah, 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 bah. And the fiery-robed god, golden Apollo, a poor humble swain, as I see now.
Aye.
Oh, but their transformations were never for a piece of beauty rarer, nor so chaste, since my desires are not before mine honor, nor my lusts burn hotter than my
Oh,
faith.
but sir, your resolution cannot hold into the post, as it must be, by the power of the king.
Oh, my prettiest Ferdinand. How pretty, with his forced thoughts, darken not the mirth of the feast. Or I'll be thine, my fair, or not my father's. For I cannot be mine own, nor anything to any, if I be not thine.
Oh, Lady Fortune, stand you auspicious.
Oh, you're guessing
My daughter, upon this day when my old wife lived, she was both peddler, butler, cook, both dame and servant. Welcome doll, served all. You are retired, as if you were a feasted one, and not the hostess of the meeting. Come, quench your blushes, and present yourself that which you are, mistress of the feast. Come on, and welcome us to your sheep shearing, as your good flock shall prosper.
Sir, welcome. It is my father's will I should take on me the hostessship of the day. You're welcome, sir. Oh, give me those flowers there, Dorcas. Reverend sirs, for you there's rosemary and rue. These keep seeming and savor all the winter long. Grace and remembrance be to you both, and welcome to our shearing.
Shepherdess, a fair one are you? Well, you fit our ages with flowers of winter. I should be grazing, for I have your flock, and only live by gazing.
Oh, out the last! You would be so lean that blasts of January could blow you through and through. And now, my fairest friend, I would I had some flowers in the spring that might become your time of day. And yours. And yours. That wear upon your virgin branches, yes, your maidenhead's growing.
What, like a horse?
No, like a bank for love to lie and lay on, not like a corpse. Or if not, to be buried quick and in mine arms. Methinks I play as I've seen them do at wits and pastorals. Sure, this robe of mine does change my disposition.
Oh, what you do still betters what is done. When you speak, sweet, I'd have you do it ever. When you dance, I'd wish you away to the sea that you might ever do nothing but that. All your acts are queens.
Oh, Doricles, your praises are too large. With wisdom, I might fear my Doricles. You wooed me the false way.
This is the prettiest low-born lass. Nothing she does or seems but smacks of something greater than herself. Too noble for this place.
Good sooth. She's the queen of curds and cream. Come, strike up! Not the victory! Come, strike up!
What fair swain is this?
They call him Doricles. He says he loves my daughter. I think so too. Whenever gaze the moon upon the waters, he'll stand and reach where my daughter's eyes. And to be plain, I think there's not half a kiss to say he loves another best.
She dances feebly.
So she does anything. If young Doricles do light upon her, she shall give him that he not dreams of.
Oh, senor! Senor! If you did but hear the peddler at the door. He sings several tunes faster than you'll count money. He utters them as he had eaten ballads.
I love a ballad.
He has songs for man or woman of all sizes. No milliner can so fit his customers with gloves. He has the prettiest love songs for maids, without lingerie, which is strange. With such delicate refrains as jumper and thumper.
This is a brave message.
He has ribbons, all colors, the rainbow. Points more than all the lawyers in Bohemia can learnedly handle. Inkles, caddisses, cambrics, lines. What he sings them over is the gods or goddesses. You think a schmuck where she aimed.
Let him approach singing.
Lawn as white as driven snow, cypress black as air was crow, gloves as sweet as damask roses, masks for faces and for noses, bugle bracelet, necklace amber, perfume for a lady's chamber, golden coits and stomachers, for my lads to give their dears. Come buy of me, come buy, lads, else your lasses cry. Come buy!
I'm in love with Mopsa.
I was promised ribbons and gloves. He had promised you more than that, or there'd be liars. He had paid you all he had promised you. Maybe he had paid you more.
Are there no manners left among maidens? Shall you wear your plackets where you should bear your faces? Not another word.
I had done.
What have you here? Ballads.
Pray now buy some. I love a ballad in print, for then we are sure they are true.
Here's one to a very doleful tune. How a usurer's wife was delivered of 20 money bags in one birth, and how she longed to eat Adam's not old.
Is it true, thank you?
Oh, very true, and but a month old.
The last name for marrying a usurer.
Here is the midwife's name to it, one Mistress Tailporter. Here, this is another matter of a fish that appeared upon the coast on Wednesday, the 80th of April, 40,000 fathom above water, and sung this song against the hard hearts of maids. It was thought she was a woman that was turned into a cold fish, for she would not exchange flesh with one that loved her. The ballad is very beautiful and as true.
Is it true, thank you?
5 justices' hands at it. This is a merry ballad, but a very pretty one.
Let's have some merry ones.
This is a passing merry one, and goes to tune of two maids wooing a man.
Well then, come, wenches. I shall buy for you both. We shall sing the song and not ourselves.
Peddler will have the first choice.
We'll be there.
Is it not too far gone? 'Tis time to part them. How now, fair shepherd? Your heart is full of something that does take your mind from feasting. When I was young and handle love as you do, I was wont to load my sheep with knacks. I would have ransacked the peddler's silken treasury.
My good signor, I know she prizes not such trifles. The gifts she looks for me are packed and locked up in my heart, which I have given already, but not delivered. Oh, hear me breathe my life for this ancient sir, whom it should seem hath sometime loved. I take thy hand, this hand, as soft as dove's down.
How prettily the young swain seems to wash the hand was fair before. But, to your protestation, let us hear what you profess.
Do it, be witness to it.
And this my neighbor too?
And he, and more than he, and men, the earth, the heavens, and all, that were I crowned the most imperial monarch thereof most worthy, were I the fairest youth that had ever made eyes swerve, had knowledge more than was ever man, oh, I would not prize them without her love. It shows a sound of affection.
But daughter, say you the like to him.
I cannot speak so well. Nothing so well. No, nor mean better.
Take hence a bargain, and friends I know, you shall bear witness to it. I give him my daughter, and shall make her portion equal his.
One being dead, I shall have more than you can dream of yet. But come, contract us for these witnesses.
Come, your hand, and daughter, yours.
Soft swain, a while. Beseech you, have you a father?
I have, but what of him?
Knows he of this?
He neither does nor shall.
Methinks the father is at the nuptial of his son, a guest that best becomes the table. Pray you once more, is your father not grown incapable of reasonable affairs? Can he speak? Hear, no man from man dispute his own estate. Lies he not bedridden, and does nothing but what he did being childish?
My good signor, he has his health. An ampler strength indeed than most have of his age.
By my gray beard, you offer him, if this be so, a wrong something unfilial. Reason my son should choose himself a wife, but as good reason the father should hold such counsel in such a business.
I yield all this, my grave signor, for some other reasons, which 'tis not fit you know, I not acquaint my father of this business.
Let him know it.
He shall not.
Prithee, let him.
No, he must not.
Prithee, son, do. He need not grieve at the knowing of thy choice.
Come, come, he must not. Mark our contract.
Mark your divorce, young signor, whom son I dare not call. Thou art too base to be acknowledged. Thou was scepter's heir, that thus affects a sheep hook. Thou, old traitor, I am sorry that by hanging thee I can but shorten thy life 1 week. And thou, fresh piece of excellent witchcraft,
Ah, my heart!
I'll have thy beads scratched with briars and made more homely than thy state. For thee, fond boy, if I might ever know thou dost but sigh, when thou no more shalt see this knack, for never I mean thou shalt, will bar thee from succession. Mark thou my words. Follow us to the court. And you, enchantment, if ever henceforth thou hoop his body more with thy embraces, I'll devise a death as cruel for thee as thou art tender to it.
Oh, even here undone. I was not much afeard. For once or twice I was about to speak and tell him that self-same sun that shines upon his works hides not his visage from our cottage, but looks on alike. Will't please you, sir, be gone? I told you what would become of this. This dream of mine. Being now awake, I'll queen it no inch further, but milk my news and weep.
Why? How now? Speak, ere thou diest.
I cannot speak, nor think, nor dare know that which I know. Oh, sir, you have undone a man of 83, who thought to fill his grave in quiet. Oh, cursed wretch, thou knew this was the prince, and would adventure to mingle fate with him. I'm done! I'm done! If I might die within the hour, then I have lived to die what I desire.
Why look you so upon me? I am but sorry, not afeard. Delayed, but nothing altered. What I was, I am.
My gracious lord, you know your father's temper. At this time he will allow no speech, until the fury of his highness settles. Come not before
I
him.
not purpose it. Camillo.
Even he, my lord.
How often have I told you to be thus? How often said my dignity would last but till 'twere known?
I cannot fail by the violation of my faith. Lift up thy looks. Oh, for my succession, wipe me, father. I am heir to my affection.
Be advised.
I am, and by my fancy. If my reason will dare to be obedient, I have reason. If not, my senses better pleased with madness to bid it well.
This is desperate, sir.
So call it, but it does fulfill my vow. Not for Bohemia, nor the pomp that maybe there I gleaned. For all the sun sees, or the close earth wombs, or the profound seas hide in unknown fathoms, when I break my oath to this my fair beloved. Therefore I pray you, as you have ever been my father's honored friend, when he shall miss me, as in faith I mean not to see him anymore, cast your good counsels upon his passion. This you may know and so deliver. I am put to sea with her who here I cannot live on shore.
Oh, my lord, I wish your spirit were easier for advice.
Hark, I'll hear you by and by.
He's irremovable, resolved for flight. Now were I happy if his going I could frame to serve my turn, save him from love and danger, do him honor, and purchase again that sight of dear Cecilia, and that unhappy king, my master, whom I so much thirst to see.
Now, worthy Camilla, I leave out ceremony.
My lord, embrace with my direction. On mine honor, I shall appoint you, you shall have such receiving as shall become your highness, where you may enjoy your mistress, from whom I see there's no disjunction to be made with thy, as heavens forfend, your ruin. Marry her, and with my best endeavors in your absence, your discontenting father will I strive to qualify, and bring him up to liking.
How, Camilla, may this almost a miracle be done?
Listen to me. Think for Cecilia, and there present your fair self and your fair princess, for so I see she must be, before Leontes. Methinks I see Leontes opening his free arms and weeping his welcomes forth. Asks the son for names, as 'twere either father's person.
But what reason for my visitation shall I hold up before him?
Sent by the king, your father, to greet him and give him comforts. What you, as from your father, shall deliver, things known betwixt us three. I will write you down, the which shall point you forth at every sitting what you must say. He will perceive you have your father's very bosom there, and speak his very heart.
Oh, I am bound to you. There is some sap in this.
A course more promising than the wild dedication of yourselves to unpathed waters, undreamed shores, most certain to miseries enough. Besides, prosperity is the very bond of love, for whose heart fresh complexion and whose heart together affliction alters.
One of these is true. I think affliction may subdue the cheek, but not take in the mind.
Yea, say you so? I cannot say 'tis a pity she lacks instruction, for she seems a mistress to most that teach.
Oh, my prettiest Perdita. But, oh, the thorns we stand upon, Camilla, preserver of my father, and now of me. How shall we do? We're not furnished like Bohemia's son, nor shall appear in Sicilia.
My lord, fear none of this. It shall be so my care to have you royally appointed. You shall not want. Nay, my letters, being there so soon as you arrive, shall clear all doubt.
And those that you'll procure from King Leontes
shall satisfy your father.
Happy be you. All that you speak shows fair.
I shall tell the king of this estate, and whither they are bound. Wherein my hope I shall so prevail to force him after, in whose company I shall review Cecilia, for whose sight I have a woman's longing.
Oh, fortune speed us!
To the seaside.
What a fool honesty is, and trust his sworn brother, a very civil gentleman. I have sold all my trumpery, not a counterfeit stone, not a ribbon, glass, brooch, ballad, knife, tape, glove, shoe-tie bracelet. Woo! They wrong to buy first, as if my trinkets have been hallowed and brought a benediction to the buyer. I picked and cut most of them yesterday verses. I say this is the time that the unjust man doth thrive.
There is no other way.
Here's one matter for a hot rain.
There is no other way but to tell the king she's a changeling and none of your flesh and blood.
Nay, but hear me.
Yea, but hear me.
Go to then.
She being none of your flesh and blood, and your flesh and blood has not offended the king. Oh, show him these things we found about her, these secret things.
I will tell the king all, yea, every word. And his son's prince, too, who I may say is no honest man to go about making me the king's brother-in-law.
Indeed.
Well, let's to the palace. There is that in this bridle shall make him scratch his beard.
Though I am not half to be honest, my answer sometimes not chance. Oh no! you bound?
To the palace, and like your worship.
Your affairs there. What? With whom? The condition of that farm. The place of your dwelling. Your names. Your ages. Of what having, breeding, and anything that is fitting to be known. Discover!
Are you a courtier, and like you, sir?
Whether it like me or no, I am a courtier. Seest thou not the air of the court in these enfoldings? Hath not my gait the measure of the court? Receive not thy nose court odor from me? Reflect, I not in thy baseness court content. I am courtier Capapay, wherefore I command thee to open thy affair.
My business is to the king.
What advocate hast thou to him?
I know not.
Advocate, the court word for a pheasant. Tell him you have none.
I have none, sir. I have neither pheasant, cock, nor hen.
How blessed are we that are not simple men. The bottle there! What's he the bottle? Wherefore that box?
Sir, there are such secrets in this bottle which none must know but the king.
Age, thou hast lost thy neighbor.
Why, sir?
The king is not at the palace. He has gone aboard a new ship to purge melancholy. Thou must know the king is full of grief.
So 'tis said about his son, who should have married a shepherd's daughter.
If that shepherd be not in custody, let him fly. The curses he shall have, the tortures he shall feel, will break the back of man, the heart of monster. Some say he will be stoned, but that death is too soft for him, say I.
Has the old man a son, senor? As like you to know.
He has a son who shall be flayed alive. But what taught me of these traitorly rascals? And tell me, for you seem to be honest, plain men, what have you to the king? Being something gently considered, I'll bring you where he is. Whisper him in your behalf, and if it be a man, to effect your suits. Here is the man shall do it.
He seems to be of great authority. Close with him. Give him gold. Remember, stoned, flayed alive.
If it please you, sir, to undertake the business for us, here is that gold I have. I'll make it as much more.
Are you a party in this business?
In some sort, senor. Though my case be a pitiful one, I hope I shall not be flayed out of it. I will give you as much money as this old man does.
I will trust you. Walk before.
We are blessed, even in this man blessed.
Blessed before, he was provided to do us good.
If I had a mind to be honest, I see fortune would not suffer me. She drops booties in my mouth. I am courted now by a double occasion. Gold, and the chance to do the prince, my master, good. Who knows how this will turn back to my advancement? To him will I present them. There may be madness.
Stolen and set in favor.
saint-like sorrow. No fault could you make which you have not redeemed. Indeed, paid down more penitence than done trespass.
At the last, do as the heavens have done. Forget your evil and with them forgive yourself.
Whilst I remember her and her virtues, I cannot forget my blemishes in them.
Too true, my lord. If one by one you wedded all the world, or from the all that are, took something good to make a perfect woman, she you killed would be unparalleled.
I think so. Killed. She I killed. I did so, but you strike me sorely to say I did. It is as bitter upon thy tongue as in my thoughts. Now, good now, say so but seldom.
Not at all, good lady.
You are one of those who would have him wed again.
If you would not so, you pity not the state, nor the remembrance of his most sovereign name.
There is none worthy, respecting her that's gone.
Besides, has not the divine Apollo said that King Leontes shall not have an heir till his lost child be found?
That it shall is all as monstrous to our human reason as my antagonist to break his grave and come again to me, who by my life did perish with the infant.
Good Paulina, oh that ever I had squared me to thy counsel. Then, even now, might I have looked upon my queen's full eyes, taken treasure from her lips.
And left them more rich for what they yielded.
Thou speakest truth. No more such wives, and therefore no wife. Stars, stars, and all eyes else dead coals. Fear thou no wife. I'll have no wife, Paulina.
Will you swear never to marry, but by my free leave?
Never, Paulina. So blessed be my spirits.
Then, good sisters and ladies, bear witness to his oath. Unless another as like Hermione as is her picture, affront his eye.
My true Paulina, we shall not marry till thou bidst us.
That shall be when your first queen's again in breath. Never till then.
What looketh out himself, Prince Florizel, son of Polixenes, with his princess? Oh, she, the fairest I have yet beheld, desires access to your high presence.
What with him? He comes not like to his father's greatness. What train?
But few, and those but me.
His princess, say you with him?
I.
Go, sisters, bring them to our embracements. Still, it's strange he thus should steal a fox.
Had our prince, jewel of children, seen this hour, he had fared well with this lord. There was not a full month between their births.
Prithee, no more. Cease. Thou knowst he dies against me when talked of. Sure, when I shall see this gentleman, thy speeches will cause me to consider that which will unfurnish me of reason.
My lord, my lord!
They are come. Your mother was most true to wedlock, Prince. She did print your royal father off, conceiving you. Were I but 21, your father's image is so like in you, his very air, that I should call you brother. Was I to hear and speak of something wildly by us performed before. Most dearly welcome. And your fair princess, us. Alas, I lost a couple that twixt heaven and earth might thus have stood, begetting wonder, as you, gracious couple, do. And then I lost all mine own following, the society, and you too, of your brave father, who I desire my life to once more look on.
By his command have we here touched Sicilia, and from him give you all greetings, that a king at friend can send his brother.
Oh, my brother, good gentlemen, the wrongs I have done thee stir afresh within me. Welcome hither, as the spring to the earth.
Oh, good my lord,
The blessed gods do purge all infection from our air, whilst you do climate here. You have a holy father, graceful gentleman, against whose person so sacred as it is, I have done sin, for which the heavens, taking angry note, have left me issueless. What might I have been? Might I a son and daughter have looked on, such goodly things as you?
Most noble sir, that which I shall report will bear no credit, not proof so nigh. Please, your great sir, Bohemia greets you from himself by us, desires you to arrest his son, who has his dignity and duty both cast off, fled from his father, from his hopes, and with a shepherd's daughter.
Where's Bohemia? Speak!
Here in our city, we now pay from him.
Camillo has betrayed me.
He's with the king, your father.
Who? Camillo?
Camillo, sir, I spake with him. The heavens set spies upon us. We'll not have our contract celebrated.
You are married.
We are not, sir, nor are we like to be. The stars I see will kiss the valleys first.
My lord, is this the daughter of a king?
She is when once she is my wife.
That once, I see by your good father's speed, will come on very slowly. I am sorry, most sorry, that you have broken from his liking, for you were tied in duty.
I beseech you, sir, remember since you owe no more to time than I do now. With thought of such affections, step forth, mine advocate. At your request, my father will grant precious things as trifles.
Would he do so, I must beg your precious mistress, which he counts but a trifle.
Sir, my liege, your eye hath too much youth in't. Not a month before your queen died was she more worth such gazes than what you look on now.
I thought of her even in these looks I made. But your petition is yet unanswered. I will to your father. Therefore, follow me. Mark which way I may.
Sir?
Come, good my lord.
The changes I perceived in the king and Camillo. They seemed almost staring at one another to tear the cases of their eyes. There was speech in their dumbness, language in their very gesture. They looked as they had heard of a world ransomed, or one destroyed.
Here comes the lady that happily knows more. The news, Amelia.
Nothing but bonfires. The oracle is fulfilled. The king's daughter is found. Such a deal of wonder is broken out within this hour that ballad makers cannot be able to express it. Here come the sisters of St. Clair. They can deliver you more. How goes it now? This news is so like an old tale.
Has the king found his heir? Most true. The mantle of Queen Hermione and the letters of Antigonus found with it. And many other proofs proclaim her with all certainty to be the king's daughter. Did you see the meeting of the two kings?
No.
Then you lost the sight which was to be seen. It cannot be spoken of. You might beheld one joy crown another. Our king, being ready to leap out of himself for joy of his found daughter, as if that joy would now become a loss, cries, "Oh, thy mother, thy mother." Then asks Bohemia forgiveness, and embraces his son-in-law. Then again worries he his daughter with clipping her.
Well, what for you became of Antigonus that carried hence the child?
Like an old tale still.
He was torn to pieces with a bear.
What became of his ship and his followers?
Right the same instant as their master's death. But oh, the noble combat that twixt joy and sorrow was fought in Paulina. She had one eye declined for the loss of her husband, another elevated that the oracle was fulfilled. She lifted the princess from the earth and so locks her in embracing as if she would pin her to her heart.
The dignity of this act was worth the audience of kings and princes.
Who most marveled their changed color. Some swooned, all sorrowed.
Are they returned to court?
No. The princess heard of her mother's statue, which is in the keeping of Paulina.
A piece many years in doing, and now newly performed by that rare Italian master, Giulio Romano. He so near to Hermione hath done Hermione, that they say one would speak to her and stand in hope of answer.
Thither with all greenness of affection are they going? And there we intend to sup. Be blessed.
I thought she had some great matter in her hand.
She has privately twice or thrice a day ever since the death of Hermione visited that removed house. Shall we thither? Every wink of an eye, some new grace will be born.
Ashamed. Does not the stone rebuke me for being more stone than it? O royal peace, there is magic in thy majesty, which has my evils conjured to remembrance. And from thy admiring daughter took the spirits, standing like stone with thee.
And give me leave, and do not say to superstition that I kneel and implore her blessing. Oh, lady.
lord, your sorrows are too sore laid on, which 16 winters cannot blow away. Scarce any joy did ever live so long. No sorrow but killed itself much sooner.
Dear my brother, let him that was the cause of this have power to take off so much grief from you, as he will peace up in himself.
Indeed, my lord. If I had thought the sight of my poor image would thus have brought you, for the stone is mine, I'd not have shown it. No longer shall you gaze on't, lest your fancy may think anon it moves.
Let be! Let be. Would that I were dead, and be things already. What was he that did make it? See, my lord, would not you deem that it breathed, that those veins did verily bear blood?
Masterly done! The very life seems warm upon her lip.
The fixture of her eye is motionless, as we are mocked with art.
I shall fix the veil. My lord's almost so far transported, he'll think anon it lives.
Oh, sweet Paulina, make me think so 20 years together. Let it alone.
I am sorry, sir, I have thus far stirred you, but I could afflict you farther.
Do, Paulina, for this affliction has a taste as sweet as any cordial comfort. But still, methinks there is an air that's come from her. What fine chisel could ever yet cut breath? Let no man mock me, for I will kiss her.
Good my lord, forbear. The ruddiness upon her lip is wet. You'll mar it if you kiss it. I shall fix the curtain.
No, not these 20 years.
So long can I stand by, a looker on. Either forbear, quit presently the chapel, or resolve you for more amazement. For if you can behold it, I shall make this statue move indeed. Descend and take you by the hand. But then you'll think, which I protest against, I am assisted by wicked powers.
What you can make her do, I am content to look upon. What to speak, I am content to hear.
It is required you do awake your faith. Then all stand still. Those that think it is unlawful business I am about, let them depart.
Proceed. No foot shall stir.
Music, awake her. Strike. 'Tis time. Descend. Be stone no more. Strike all that look upon with marvel. Nay, come away. Bequeath to death your numbness, for from him dear life redeems you. Start not. Do not shun her until you see her die again, for then you kill her double. Nay, present your hand. When she was young, she wooed her. Now in ages, she become the suitor.
She's warm. If this be magic, let it be an art lawful as eating.
She embraces him.
She embraces him.
If she retain the life, let her speak too.
Aye, and make it manifest where she has lived, or how stolen from the dead.
That she is living, were it but told you, should be hooted at, like an old tale. But it appears she lives, though yet she speak not. Mark a little while. Please you to interpose, fair madam. Kneel and pray your mother's blessing. Turn, good lady. Our Perdita is found.
You gods look down, and from your sacred vials pour your graces on my daughter's head. Tell me, ma'am, where lived, how was preserved, how found my father's court? For thou wilt know that I, knowing by Paulina that the oracle gave myself to see the issue.
There's time enough for that. Go together, you precious winners all. I, an old turtle, will wing me to some withered bough, and there my mate, that's never to be found again, lament till I have lost.
Oh, peace, Paulina. Thou shouldst a husband take by my consent, as I by thine a wife. Thou hast found mine, but how is to be questioned, for I saw her as I thought, dead. In vain said many a prayer upon her grave. I'll not seek far, for him I partly know his mind.
Ah, my lord!
To find you an honorable husband. Come, Camillo, and take her by the hand, whose worth and honesty is richly noted. And here justified by us, a pair of kings. Let us from this place. What? Look upon my brother. Both your pardons, that ere I put between your holy looks my ill suspicions. This is your son-in-law, your king, whom heaven's directing is drunk like to your daughter. 3 crabbed months had soured themselves to death, ere I could make thee open thy white hand and clap thyself my love. Then didst thou utter, I am yours forever.
'Tis grace indeed.
Your exaltation partake to everyone.
Good Paulina, lead us from hence, where we may each one leisurely demand an answer to their part performed in this wide gap of time, since first we were dissevered.